Good morning, everybody. I have wanted to do this series for quite a long time, and I've actually been looking for about a month to 2 months to actually start doing this series. I've never really seen a series like this on YouTube before. I know that my friend Luke Bond, I know that he did something similar not long ago, but he didn't really go through with it. And I actually like doing this, and I have been doing this with cars that I've been buying off Copart, but I wanted to dedicate an actual full series to it. So that you've seen by the title it says Road to 10k. Do you remember all those things on FIFA ages ago where people used to buy players and then trade up to like 1 million or whatever? I'm going to do that, but it's going to be with cars. We're going to call this Road to 10k. How fast can we turn £1,000 into £10,000? That is the aim of this series. How quick can we trade cars from £1,000 up to £10,000? Now, I've been looking at the hardest part of this series is trying to find a car less than £1,000 with enough profit to even get it back to the drive, fix it, and then carry on. That's the hardest part. The hardest part is in trying to find a car for the first one to start, which is £1,000. Now, not only am I going to buy the car for £1,000, I'm going to buy the car, trailer it, and fix it for £1,000. That is the rules. I've been looking for a month or so, and there's a car here, and I think this will be a good one. Now, we are a channel related around modified cars, so I'm not just going to keep buying boring ones. I'm going to try to find cars which are actually cool as well as profitable. So here is the first car to the series. It looks like a shitbox. Well, it probably is, but it is actually really cool. So let's cut to the cinematic of the first car that we bought for the Road to 10k series. Yes, it's a VW Borer. Now this just isn't your usual Borer of the PD.130s that you see. This is actually quite a special one, and it's really fucking rare. Now it's raining, of course it's raining, I'm filming a video. So let's just sit in the car and let's quickly go over why I bought this. So this is a VW Borer, it's a 2001 plate, but this has the 1.8 turbo 20 valve engine in it. This is actually basically a Borer GTI. So this is a Borer with a GTI engine in it. That's basically what it is. Now I didn't even know these existed, let alone seen one. I don't think I've seen one ever. I actually went on Facebook and eBay and I couldn't find one for sale. I found one for sale on eBay and it was like $4.5 grand. So I actually picked this up pretty cheap for a reason. Now the main thing about this car is the gearbox is just ruined. Apparently there's a big hole in the gearbox and it kind of just like seized all the drive. So we even had a nightmare this morning just getting it on the trailer. So I thought it'd be a quick job of just getting it and rolling it onto the trailer. Even in neutral, it's stuck in gear in neutral. So the box, it's just not, it's almost like it's just stuck in gear, but it's not in gear. So the box is just absolutely fucked, but we can't even roll the damn thing onto the trailer. So we're here outside this bloody garage trying to get the drive shafts off the box. Well, huge shout out to this guy because he's there you go, he's actually sitting here and he's actually waiting and helping me, otherwise this car would not be moving. Right, it's been a nightmare, not gonna lie. We couldn't get the hub nut off, so I had to take the spline bolts off from the gearbox from the drive shaft, and then I still didn't think it would work because the drive shaft weren't popping off. But anyway, I've just took the one side off and now it's rolling. So we took the one side off, it's rolling. I thought I might have to do this side, but we didn't. So what a nightmare, man. The only thing I had in my car was my nice coat. That's ruined, that's full of gearbox oil. I'm not happy, guys. But we had to borrow some tools from the garage. Just took this wheel off, took all the splines off the box, and we're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. There she goes. Finally got her on. I thought it wasn't going to happen. I thought it wasn't going to happen, guys. These guys were like, well, I mean, we can put it up on a forklift. I'm like, no way. There's no way it's going off on my drive in a forklift. It's actually not bad condition. The guy's had it for a very long time. He's actually looked after it. And then obviously this is happening. He just can't afford to do the gearbox. So
we'll step in and then we'll show you the plans of it.
Huge thank you to Ben from Quick Car Recovery this morning. He waited around, helped me with the tools. He was just amazing this morning. I was in a really sticky situation with it actually not even rolling. So he's based in the Northwest. He's actually based in Warrington. He's massively helped this morning. I'm going to be using him for the recoveries for the rest of the series. He's massively helped me out this morning. Huge thank you to him. But as you can see, I've had to take the drive shaft off this morning because it just wouldn't, even in neutral. It goes in gear here, but I think something is severely broke inside the gearbox. So yeah, it has no drive at the minute whatsoever. It needs a new gearbox, and there's a few other things wrong with it. So I'm going to go over everything that's wrong with it and actually get to fixing it in the next episode. Because there's some engine management lights on which I've still not even dived into yet of what they are. It's running quite rich, but overall, the engine sounds really nice. I'll fire it up for you before the end of the video. Actually, I'll fire it up for you now. Right, here we go. First start up. Whoa, yeah, look how smooth she is. Engine management light, airbag light, we got a brake light as well. Listen to how smooth she is. You can barely even hear her. Woohoo! So at very minimum, this car needs a gearbox. It needs a front wing. The actual chassis of the car underneath is actually in really good condition. The guy has got tons of paperwork. He's had it for such a long time. He's actually really looked after it. It's had a new sill welded on this side. The rest of the bodywork is actually really good condition. The guy was really sad to see it go. He just drove over, so I believe he drove over some sort of metal work in the ground. It's just popped a hole in the bottom of the gearbox, pissed fluid out everywhere, and just sent the box to to a different life pretty much. But it's actually in good condition. So this is a 20 valve 1.8 turbo, super rare. I've never seen him in these cars. Looks a bit of a granddad car now, but I think this is actually quite a cool car the more you look at it. It needs the wing at least, and we need to look at the airbag light. We need to look at them engine management lights. It's a little bit over fuel, and the bumper's just sagged over the sides. There's just a few little bits and bolts, but it absolutely stinks of gearbox oil every time you start the engine. So we're going to source some new parts, but hopefully when this is all done, we shouldn't be too much into it, and we should be able to get a little bit of profit. Even the gas struts work, which is, oh yeah, beautiful. There is the 20 valve 1.8 turbo, the engine that all the VW boys absolutely bum off, and I believe the little turbo is down the back, which I believe this is a KO3 or a KO3S. This one comes with 150 brake standard, but you can map these up to like 220 brake just with a map. So it's actually quite a quick car. It has got a map in it now, but the guy was saying he doesn't know how legit the map is, and that's potentially why it's over fueling. But we're going to put a new map on it as well. I'm pretty sure we're either going to take the map off, or we're going to get a new map from KWJ and just put a new map on it, just so we know it's running nice and healthy. So I'm sure you all want to know, how much did we get this car for? We got this car for £500. So we've given ourselves a £1,000 budget. I think we're going to be way in it with the car and the fix and everything. So £500 we got this for. So we're starting with £500. I do need to buy a gearbox, and I'm going picking one up literally after I put this camera down right now. £500. A 1.8 turbo VW Borer. How much can we flip this for, and what are we going to spend our money on to make it as profitable as possible? This is what I'm going to show you all, guys. So I love you all. We'll see you in the next episode when we're fixing this beast. I'm going to go and order some little parts which make a big difference when you're selling a car. So I love you all, and we'll see you in the next one.